The notary seal wasn't right. Philbrick said her signature was, that's not my signature. So I'm going to read specifically the language on the document. The certificate language reads that the documents were acknowledged before a notary by means of physical presence or online notarization. So, Nicola, what's the problem with that?
Right, I was going to turn to Nicola. She's the expert.
You know, Graceland was his house. I think he purchased it in 1957, and then when he passed away in the late 70s, they kind of turned it into a shrine of all things Elvis. So I know Tennessee has held it as like a historical landmark, and you know, it's an important piece of history, especially for rock and roll fans. I want to say that I read something like over 500,000 people come every year.
That's
so
incredible.
Yeah.
And somebody tried to steal it. That's crazy. Okay, so Phil, we need the nitty gritty, we need all the details.
The headline right now is that a woman named Janine Finley of Tennessee has been indicted on charges of mail fraud and aggravated identity theft, right? Those sound small compared to what actually she attempted to do. The goal that she set out to achieve was to foreclose upon Graceland and then sell it off in a foreclosure auction, right, to recoup the funds. So the way it worked is she claimed that Lisa Marie Presley, the daughter of Elvis Presley, in 2018 borrowed $3.8 million from what we believe to be a fake company, and I kind of butcher this name, Nasani Investments and Private Lending LLC, right? So she claimed Lisa Marie Presley borrowed the $3.8 million from this company that we believe doesn't exist and used Graceland as collateral. Then once the Presley heirs learned of this, they started pushing back and saying this is not legit. Lisa Marie never borrowed the money. This is all fake. And that Lisa Marie's signature wasn't the right signature, right? That they were forged. And the further investigation has revealed that this Lisa Finley used a bunch of aliases. She made up a bunch of Nasanis, David Nasani, some other Nasani brothers, and would make phone calls and send emails by impersonating several different people that allegedly were members of this investment firm, and made it look as legit as possible, trying to achieve this. She was caught, and she's been indicted, and the case is continuing forward with the indictment. So that's what we know so far.
Oh my gosh, so this Finley lady, she created a company, a fake company. She created all of these aliases around.
Got to say allegedly, that's true.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it's not, she hasn't been convicted yet.
Right, okay. Allegedly created all of these fake companies. Wow, what a strategy. I can just see her kind of allegedly sitting in her living room, concocting this plan.
It is quite strange that she could have probably done this on multiple other, even vacant properties or things like that, and recoup the same amount of cash, but she chose a high profile, American icon to try to steal.
How were they able to determine that this is possibly, allegedly, forgery and fraud?
The bottom line is that the notarization, or more specifically, the fraudulent fake notarization, was the one thing that broke this case wide open. All of these documents that she had that were leading to this foreclosure fire sale, the name of the notary on the document was Kimberly Philbrick of Florida. First thing they did to try to see if this was legit is they went to this notary in Florida. Like any notarial certificate would say, appeared before me, right? So it indicated that there was in person. And she responded, that's weird. I've never met Lisa Marie Presley, much less notarized anything for her.
She'd probably remember if she had met Lisa Marie Presley.
Right.
Exactly. The notary seal wasn't right. Philbrick said her signature was, that's not my signature. So I'm going to read specifically the language on the document. The certificate language reads that the documents were acknowledged before a notary by means of physical presence or online notarization. So, Nicola, what's the problem with that?
Right, I was going to turn to Nicola. She's the expert here. Talk to us about why that certificate wording is not valid as of 2018.
Because the remote online notarization statutes in Florida didn't get enacted till 2020.
So the certificate that she has on the documents is from 2018 and refers to remote online notarization as an option?
Correct. So the wording wasn't 2018 wording, it was 2020 wording, and the wording didn't exist till 2020. So it would not have been possible unless you had a crystal ball to know that they were going to change the notary certificates, and
Or a time machine.
Time machine, that's also possible. And so without that, that's the essence of how they were able to figure it out, because this was 2020 statute wording referring to notarial acts that weren't authorized in 2018. That was really the biggest giveaway of all.
Okay, what about the stamp that was used? Was it formatted properly as a Florida stamp, or was it obviously a fraudulent stamp?
I mean, it was all out of order, and it's really hard to read on the documents that you can see online, but I don't even think it has a commission expiration date on it, and that is one of the requirements. So it's interesting to see how badly replicated it was.
Wow, she was too busy playing many different aliases, allegedly.
Allegedly.